Hello, and welcome to another week of Living the Wiccan Life. Here at our Witch School headquarters in Rossville, we have many classes and special events. Among the most popular are the seances, which we hold once a month, and the message circles, which Lady Krystel holds irregularly. In this episode, I'm very pleased to bring you a small taste of what one of those seances is like. But first, I thought I would answer some of the questions that people have been asking at our YouTube site. Here at our YouTube site, many people have left us comments and a few have asked questions. I thought I would take this occasion to answer a couple of those questions. From Dark Flower, we have the following question. What is the difference between a wizard and a witch? Are they essentially the same thing? Well, Dark Flower, that can be a complicated question because many people use the words in very different ways. For many people, a witch and a wizard are the same thing, while for others they're very different. In the sense that we are using them here, there is a definite difference between them, and the difference is this. A wizard is a person who practices magic as a science. A witch is a person who practices magic as part of their religion. And from Tina, we have the following question. Okay, clue a girl in. First degree, second degree, third degree. What in the world does that mean? What's a degree stand for? I find this stuff fascinating. Well, Tina, it can be fascinating, and let me see if I can answer your question for you. In Wicca, degrees normally represent different levels of membership or priesthood within a tradition. The different traditions have differing types of degrees. Some have no degrees, others have several degrees, but most have 3 degrees. The Correllian tradition, of which I am a member, has 3 degrees. The Honorable Olivia Robertson, who heads the Fellowship of Isis, has defined priesthood in the following way. If we think of priesthood as being the intermediary point between the divine and the human, then all persons are priesthood, but they come in 2 kinds, uncrowned priesthood and crowned priesthood. The uncrowned priesthood are everyday people in their everyday lives who are their own priest or priestess, as all people in fact are, either consciously or unconsciously. The crowned priesthood are those people who are chosen by their community or by their tradition to act as clergy to that community or that tradition. In short, a formal priesthood. In Wicca, and in the Correllian tradition, we have 3 different degrees of priesthood, each of which indicates a different level of training and competence, and they are these. The first degree. At the first degree level, a person is expected to be familiar with most aspects of our faith, with most roles in ritual, and to be able to answer most practical questions about our faith. The second degree. At the second degree level, a person is expected to be able to answer most practical or spiritual questions about our faith, to be able to take most any role in ritual, and to be able to work with energy relatively competently. And the third degree, which is the high priesthood. The high priesthood are expected to be able to answer pretty much any question, practical or spiritual, about our religion, to take pretty much any role in any ritual, to be able to initiate and to teach, and most importantly, to be able to do energetic and oracular work. Oracular work is being able to bring through the messages of the spirit guides, and of the ancestors. Lady Krystel, the first priestess of the Correllian tradition, is particularly skilled at oracular work. Here at our Witch School headquarters in Rossville, Lady Krystel holds regular seances and message circles. I asked her earlier today if she would do a seance for us with members of our staff to give you a taste of what seances are like. I hope that you enjoy it. So, Krystel.
Yes.
Would you care to explain what a seance is?
A seance is a very spiritual event where people come with seriousness and respect and intention to be open to communications from loved ones who have gone beyond and from their guides should they choose. It is a time to spend with loved ones who have passed, and the energy of everyone in a seance is important. Whether they feel they're contributing or not, it adds to the energy and aids the communication. And it is a way of affirming and validating the existence of life after what we call death, which as Correllians we are very fortunate, as all spiritualists are, to know and to understand that life does continue, because many people do not have that comfort.
A lot of people think of seances as being held in dark rooms and everybody dressed in black. And we're sitting out in a very bright environment. Would you like to discuss what is necessary in terms of environment for speaking to spirits?
Lit candles help. It gives energy. The attitude of the sitters, if not belief, at least an openness. The dark rooms and the black dresses were ambience that mediums in the past cultivated to set a mood and to encourage belief in the people who came to sit, and they themselves very often believed that this was necessary. But as you and I both know, spirit comes when it comes, and light is not a deterrent. Lady and Lord, Divine Spirit of love, which is all and made all, in which we experience and acknowledge as the Goddess, the source and center of all, and the God, her Son, her lover, her consort. Spirit guides, ancestors, personal guides, we invite you to be here with us today at this seance. We ask for your protection, your guidance, and your help. We ask that we may understand and interpret correctly, and we ask that only the best and the highest and the most positive energies will come through. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
As usual, if you get a message for someone, give it. It can be a feeling, a color, even a word. Sometimes you don't get any more until you say the first word, and then Spirit gives us the rest of the message. Dawn, your grandmother's here, and she is dancing for joy. Is this a special day for her in some way?
What is the date? August
9th?
9th. I'll have to think about it.
Okay, because she seems to be celebrating something historical in a personal sense, and also to tell you that she is exceedingly proud of you, and there are some new avenues opening up to you. You should examine them carefully and be sure you want to do it before you go on it.
Okay.
Neither of them are good or bad in itself, merely your dedication and your desire to stay with it. Ashley.
Yes.
There is a guide that you have. This is a Native American guide. His name is Sammy George. Okay. And he is your protector guide, and he says he's tired and he needs a rest, so please lighten up and watch out for yourself a little bit. You take chances you know you shouldn't.
Yes.
And you push things, and he says you're too smart for that. So, Virginia.
Yes.
Your mother's here and a guide is here. The guide is male. I'm not seeing specifics or nationality, but this guide is very heart-centered. I feel a lot of energy in the heart. And he's here to work with you on healing. He says you felt him around you, and so has Sassy. And when you see her acting weird, check in and see if he's here, and he will talk to you, because he has very important things to tell you. And your mother says, keep up the good work, and she loves you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Debbie. Unless you give me permission, I won't mention the name.
You have permission.
Nefertiti. And you have unfinished business from that lifetime. And it is present in your life now to be dealt with and make better decisions now than you did then. Listen to your heart, but pass your decisions through your brain and think before acting. And you can resolve many things that have plagued you through many lifetimes. There's also, I'm checking to see if this is physical or spirit, there's a cat. And I think that that cat was with you in that lifetime, and that it's in the nature of a familiar now that is with you and gives you information. And pay more attention to it. It comes to you in your sleep sometimes. You're brushing things off. That's the cat. Okay. Is anyone else getting anything, cousin?
I feel your grandparents around you.
Okay.
Louis on your left side and Carrie on your right side. They don't exactly seem to be looking at each other, but I think that was kind of par for the course.
True.
I don't exactly know why they in particular are there, but I see a lot of energy around your heart. And the message that's coming more from him, I don't really get a message from her, is that you're in a time in your life when things are opening emotionally in a very positive way for you. And you should enjoy this and go with it. And you're going to find, if anything, that there are more interesting things to do than you already have. So be prepared for it, and you're going to want to go run into the cave. But it's not going to work. So don't bother.
Okay.
Because on this occasion, the things that are calling you out of the cave you want to do. And so you will not really, you'll take them with you if you try to go into the cave.
Okay.
The other thing is that the things that are opening for you, and that the particular missions that you have been told about recently, one, are too important not to do, and are too close to your highest purposes not to do. But they may be a little overwhelming here and there, so be prepared for that.
Okay.
And pay no attention.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Grandpa. And thank you, Grandma, for being here. Debbie. Deer in the headlights look. Okay, got your name. Let me get the message. What was the name of your cat that passed on?
Vivian.
Vivian. I can never remember. She's here and she's with you. And I feel it in the heart area so strongly. And she wants you to know and be aware that she has not left you. Not in spirit, and she still loves you. Virginia, are you receiving anything? Okay. Ashley? Okay. Which school is walking down a road or heading down a road and has many choices in front of it? The only danger at this time for which school is so many things calling that energies get scattered.
Who, us?
Yes, us. So make a list of priorities and stick with those. And the potential for witch school is just mind-boggling and awesome. There will be a second building for witch school within 3 years. In addition to this, not instead of. I don't see at this moment what the purposes for the second building are, and there will eventually be a third. And spirits love us, and they appreciate this time together in the seance, and they are done and they're ready to go.
Beloved ones, we thank you with love and with respect. We thank you for your communications and your presence in our lives at all times. So much to be.
So let it be.
And thank you guys.
Thank you.
Ashley,
Yes. Hello.
you've been to some of these seances before, haven't you?
Never.
Oh,
This is my actual first one.
what did you think of it?
I thought it was awesome. I've never heard my spirit guide's name before or anything about him. I knew there was always somebody there. I could just feel it, but I never knew, any details. So this is my first experience actually ever even hearing anything about it, and it was awesome. It made me have chills. Very cool.
Was it different than you expected?
A little bit. It was quicker. I didn't know if it was a process that it took for them to come, but it was very quick and very descriptive, which was awesome.
Thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome.
Virginia,
Be nice. Yes.
you have done a number of seances.
Yes, I have.
Could you tell us a little bit about what people could expect from a seance if they choose to come to one of our seances?
Well, if they do come, they do expect that there are going to be many spirits in the room talking to many different people. And they should expect that maybe somebody from their past is going to be there and wants to talk to them.
And when is the next real-time seance scheduled for here at the headquarters building?
Okay, our seance scheduled for September is on a Friday night, September 7th.
Thank you, Virginia.
You're welcome.
You've been to a few of the seances, yeah?
A few.
What is your experience of the seances?
Always surprising. I never know who's going to want to talk to me or what the message is going to be. Always very informative. Try to follow what they say, and I've had experiences not on my own doing this type of work, or I've ignored them in the past, and I've had and it doesn't work because I have found that if there's a message they want you to have, they'll beat you over the head with it until you get it, and then once I got it, they left me alone and went on to other things.
You have been taking part in seances and doing message circles here at the school for a while now.
Yes.
What has been your experience of these particular events?
A very positive one and a satisfying one. Some people who come know that it's real and are looking for the messages. Others, as Ashley today, and this was her first one, was not expecting what she got, but she received a message that I believe was explicit and very helpful to her. I enjoy doing them. I feel that this is definitely part of the work that I was called to do, and I think it is a blessing to be able to do it and to help people in this way.
How long have you been actively speaking to spirits?
Oh my, probably most of my life, whether I was aware of it or not. It was accepted in my family, and once my mother and my other relatives knew I could do it, it was even encouraged and honored.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, everybody. Well, that's our show for this week. Be sure to join us next week when we will try to bring you something else interesting and hopefully unexpected. Thank you, and have a wonderful week. May your blessed be.